Look around you, different things born out of truth and passion. Business software, it's our craft, our identity. Thoughtfully engineered, passionately designed to help you transform your business. Zoho, made in India, made for the world.
Hello and welcome to Markets at Noon. You're watching ET Now with me, Snehisha, and with me is Ankita Saxena. And let's just take you through a rundown of the market. We've not seen the kind of move that the Nifty has logged in since after the policy announcement. So let's just revisit what the rates are doing right now. 24,805, a very sharp spike coming in on the Nifty, largely positive takeaways coming in from policy, whereas inflation outcome has been lower, GDP outcome has been hiked. So all looking good on that front. Lots of announcements for private banks. And on the back of that, Nifty Bank is doing exceptionally well for itself. A 1.2% uptick is what we're seeing. Most sectors are also doing very well in trade as we speak. So good moves coming over there. It seems like Shriram Finance from NBFCs, banks are doing well on the back of the Basel III norms that are going to be implemented in 2027. So Tata Motors, Trent, Kotak Bank, Axis, Sun Pharma, ICICI Bank, all of them are trading higher than 2% each, and these are your top Nifty gainers today. Let's take that conversation ahead and get a sense of where the markets are headed. We have Mr. Rohit Srivastava, founder of Strike Money Analytics and India Charts, joining us on the show. And Rohit, hi, good afternoon. Thanks for your time. The kind of uptick we're seeing in the Nifty today after the policy announcements, do you believe this is the trigger the market needed? And how stable does this look on the Nifty? What are some next levels that you're watching out for?
So yeah, there's an interesting set of questions. I think the first thing to keep in mind is that the market fell for 8 consecutive days, making it short-term very, very oversold. And we were probably dealing with a lot of negative news flow, specifically from the US on the tariff front, which is now starting to get discounted. What we were, of course, hoping for is maybe some immediate action from the RBI on the rate front. I think those hopes, while they may not have taken off today, the language of the RBI is clearly dovish. So they are looking at rate cuts. They just didn't want to move today. They are seeing their inflation forecasts and growth forecasts pointing in that direction. So we sort of have a direction. We may not have an immediate cut right now, and that tells us that in the upcoming meetings there is more certainty of rate cuts coming through. So I think that's probably what the market's read into. And we should also keep in mind that partly what they may have done, while they may not say it, I think has to do to some extent with currency management, because the biggest impact of the US tariffs has been on the currency side because of the current account deficit. So that is the rupees near the lowest levels, and that also requires some management. So if you immediately did cut rates, it would mean allowing the rupee to slip away on a more immediate basis. So I think that is the only reason they did not take action, even though they may not say so. But the good news is that they do have a dovish bias towards rates going forward, and that is what the market is reading into for bouncing back from what, like I said, is already an oversold condition.
Right. Hi, Rohit. This is Ankita also joining in. A couple of announcements were also made, positive announcement, a slew of announcements made on the bank lending as well. And on the back of that, we do see a jump up coming in Nifty Bank, and it has broken above its resistance of 55,300 as well. What are the next levels to watch out? Because Nifty Bank has been a clear outperformer, even though Nifty was declining for the 8th consecutive session. There was a bit of an outperformance that the banks were giving us.
Yeah, so that is true. And also, I should add to that a lot of that outperformance was coming from PSU Banks and NBFCs and other segments of the market. We did see stocks like ICICI Bank fall to further lows as well in the short term. But yeah, when we purely look at Bank Nifty has held out better. I think the next level that it's going to target is going to be the high that we saw on the 18th of September, which is 55,835. I do sense that level will get surpassed and eventually we will be headed towards 57,000. So overall, I think we are starting a trend which should last probably to the end of the month or into Diwali. There's a good chance this is not just a one-day bounce, but a continued up move that may develop, and the Bank Nifty should probably head higher from here.
And Rohit, just like you highlighted, a lot of outperformance for Nifty Bank was coming from PSU Banks. But while today a Nifty Bank overall and private banks are doing well, it's actually PSU Banks that's taking a hit today. Anything looking interesting in that basket? Any stocks that you're liking at this point, or the overall sectoral outlook, if you could give us on the charts? And does it merit a buy on dips scenario for PSU Banks today?
Yeah, so I can't mention specific stocks, but I would agree that PSU banks have been outperformers within the financial space, and they will remain buy on dips. Probably today's movements is more a shift towards beaten down, large caps that we are seeing, which is why you have all of them from ICICI to HDFC to Kotak, all of them picking up, and that's probably why you're seeing the PSU banks lag a little bit. But when we increase the time horizon of our study, then we do see the outperformance very clearly. So it'll be a good dip to really, pick into PSU banks again, because I do think they will continue to deliver better performance.
All right, Rohit, thank you so much for taking the time out and weighing in on the markets. We will let you go on